Go Boo Bear. Go Lyndle. Go Boo Bear. Go Lyndle. Woo!
You guys are good dancers.
We are just working on making our own lunches. So we made a peanut butter and jelly, and now we're cutting out a shape. And it's going okay. It's going okay. It's here. I think. So hold on, Lyndle. You want to push it all the way through. We've done it like 3 times in different places. Now push it all the way through to the table. Okay. And then sometimes it helps to twist it like this a little bit. There. Whoa. And then we'll put this over here for Daddy because he usually eats your crust.
Look at that one. Look at that.
And then, is it good, Bear?
Yeah.
Do you want a Mickey Mouse sandwich or do you want to eat the whole thing like this?
Eat whole thing.
Okay. You don't want it to be Mickey Mouse? Yes, Mickey Mouse? Okay. Hold on, you want to make sure it's nice and centered so the sandwich, okay, we're just gonna go for it. Nice.
Look.
Nice work, Bear. A heart. It's so pretty. Okay, just a second. Okay.
A Mickey Mouse. That's a Mickey Mouse.
Okay, don't do it again because then it'll mess it up.
That's a Mickey Mouse.
Now we're all done with these and we can do our cucumbers.
That's a Mickey Mouse. That's a Mickey Mouse. That's a Mickey Mouse. That's a heart. That's a heart. That's a Mickey Mouse.
You guys did so good.
Mickey Mouse.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna do our cucumber.
A cucumber. I eat that one.
You're just gonna eat that?
Eat that.
Watch your fingers, I'm cutting.
Eat that.
Okay. You guys like cucumber, don't you? Where did our cucumber stencil go?
Eat that one. Eat that. Done that whole thing.
You wanna push that down?
Oh.
What is it? We have to push it out through this side like that. Whee!
A star.
A star.
You
wanna push it? Okay.
No, that's the next cucumber.
Push it. Push it. It sounds like you would like to do another one, but you haven't said please.
I know.
Okay. I think we have enough cucumber to do one more.
Do that one. Let's do that one.
Okay.
I know. This one.
Another project to cross off the list during quarantine. Had to bring in the big guns. We're mounting the TV. Obviously, if it wasn't into the stone wall, it'd be an easy job, but putting it into the stone scares me a little. Well, that sure was easy and quick. So we ended up literally just drilled a hole and used some screws that Dennis had for cement, just cement screws. Went right in. It's perfect, nice and sturdy. So now I just need to hide the cord and tighten everything up. I'd say it looks pretty darn good. What do you think, baby Eloise? Eloise. Whatever. So, Berend Lyndle just had dinner at Mama and Bumpa's house. It's always an event, them walking back into the house.
You get in there, Mama.
Hi, Wee Wee.
What's up, guys? Don't mind Wee Wee being naked.
Are you naked?
Bear, what's on your shirt?
Bull.
A bull!
Nice.
Whoa.
There's a potty.
Did you guys pee in the potty?
There's a potty right there.
Did you pee in the potty at Mama and Papa's?
You're gonna put it in the sink? Thank you, you very much for not just leaving it on the floor.
You thought that, didn't you?
Thank you, Bear. So the wee one and I are just sitting here editing this vlog. It is so gorgeous here today. I hope it's as gorgeous where you guys are so you can get outside and enjoy the weather. And the pollen has finally died down enough that we can be outside without it looking like we're in a cloud. So that's good news. Eloise is enjoying some grapes and I'm sitting here editing this vlog. That had to be like the most random array of clips ever, and we literally only had 5 minutes of footage from that entire day. So when that happens and I can't combine it with any other footage, then we usually try to talk about something that we've been wanting to talk about on the vlog and just haven't had a chance to yet. And what we've been talking about quite a bit lately, this has probably been the topic of conversation that we have discussed most frequently in the last few months, and that is the topic of baby number 4, or lack thereof. So it's just a really sensitive topic because if you guys don't know, if you're new here, we have 2 more embryos that are frozen, and we don't know whether or not those embryos are even viable. And in the beginning, when we started IVF, we planned on definitely using every single embryo. And then life happened and we had a baby naturally, and we now have 3 children. And if you ask Brad, he's totally convinced that we are done having kids. And I can absolutely respect that 3 children is a lot. And right now it's a lot to think about adding another. And he is, you know, I think it's just a generalization, but a fairly good generalization that men don't enjoy the baby stage as much. So like the stage, of course he loves Eloise and he loves the twins, and they're getting to an age where he's really starting to get a lot more enjoyment out of them. Not that he didn't enjoy them in the younger years, but I just think babies are more appealing to the moms, especially when you're nursing. That's just like a really special relationship. So, and I'm doing this whole clip from my perspective. I plan in the future on asking Brad to give his take for the vlog. But speaking sort of more in general, the decision to have more kids, I feel like is always one that there could be conflict. Either one spouse wants to have more kids and the other doesn't, or vice versa. It's a whole new dynamic when it's the female who does not want to have more children because she's the one that usually is undergoing the pregnancy, or whoever is the one that's going to be carrying the child. When they don't want to have more kids, I feel like that is different than when the father figure spouse doesn't want to have more kids, or the one who's not carrying the child. So it's just really interesting to me, and I always am curious to know, I'm not saying this very well, I'm always curious to know how, if you ever disagreed on more children, how you ended up deciding, because I don't feel like either one of you should have to sacrifice their dream of what their family should be. Neither one should have to give. And so you know, for me wanting more children and Brad not, it's not fair for him to deny me of my desire to have more children. But at the same time, it's not fair for me to force another child on him when he is totally happy and content with where our family is right now. It does make a difference that, I feel like it makes a difference that we have embryos, and I feel like that just adds another layer of, you know, complication to the decision that we have to make, or adds another layer of things to consider. You know, what do we owe those embryos? Where do you consider them being alive? At what point are they alive? What do we do with them if we don't choose to transfer them? It's just like a really, really tough place to be, and I am so grateful for a community of subscribers that's respectful to us and understands that this is a decision that unless you're us, you really can't understand where we're coming from. You really can't weigh in on it even. You can speak to your own experience, but you can't expect us to do exactly what you think you would do because you're not in our position. So, you know, I don't know what the future holds for Brad and I, but I do know that it's a topic of conversation that we've had a lot more frequently lately. And I don't know if it's because Eloise is growing and she's, you know, closer to 1 than she is to 0, which is absolutely breaking my heart. And it's like, if she is, not that I would do anything differently, but if she is my last one, I feel like I want to know that, you know, like I want to know that this is my last time doing X, Y, and Z, rather than, not that I don't know, it's not like I would do anything differently. It's not like I would appreciate her any less if I knew there was going to be more, but it just, I feel like I would want to know that. Another thing is, like, everyone says when you're done having kids, you know it, like, you know you're done. I think it was my sister-in-law that said it to me, but I've heard that in other places as well. And if I don't have that feeling, what does that mean? It's just really, it's tough. And I know that, like, what I do know is that we will not be having another child soon. We are going to wait. If there is another one, it's gonna be a while before we're in a place where we're ready to do that. Do you wanna sit on my lap? Yeah. Do you wanna sit on my lap, or do you just wanna sit here and talk with us? So I do know that it will be a while, and it's like, this is come up many times where Brad and I, like, can't come to an agreement. We can't come to a solution right now. So we're like, you know what, there's no point in even having this conversation right now, because we're not gonna come to an agreement. It's the same with, like, we've tossed around the idea of homeschooling our kids, and I'm leaning towards yes homeschooling, he's leaning towards no homeschooling. Neither of us are, like, for sure in our decisions, but it's something that's not gonna come for a while. So it's like, why would we sit here and disagree about it if nothing is gonna be solved right now? There is gonna be no resolution in this moment. So in a couple of years, it's just really hard, but in a couple of years, like, maybe we should just revisit this conversation. I feel like we're already so blessed. The average number of kids that a family has is 2.5. So probably, you know, between 2 and 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We're sort of above average. We have more kids than the average family. And I feel so blessed. I feel like having 3 kids with 3 totally different personalities that we are honored with the job of raising is so awesome. And don't take this the wrong way if you only have 1 or 2 children, but I feel sad at the idea that, like, some people only have 1 child to get to watch grow up. I don't know if that makes sense. Some people, that's all they want. Some people, that's all they can have. So I feel like that's a little bit controversial for me to even say, but some people are meant for small families, some are meant for larger families. And when we got pregnant naturally, I had it in my head that we're gonna have 5 kids because we have the 2 other frozen embryos, Berend Lyndle, 1 natural. So I don't know. That was just me spilling my guts to you about, like, where we're at in this conversation of baby number 4, whether that will come, if and when that would come. What are we gonna do with our embryos? We have tossed around the idea of having them genetically tested to see if they are even viable. There's the potential that we could get them genetically tested and find out that neither one of them are compatible with life. They have some chromosomal abnormality that would make it to where they know that that baby would not come to viability. So that may answer our question for us. Like, we may get them genetically tested, find out that neither one of them can be transferred, and we're done. And that would be it, because we're not gonna go through IVF again. So, I don't know. That's me spilling my guts. Let us know in the comments if you would like to see this conversation from Brad's perspective. And I feel like the conversation maybe would go differently if we were both sitting here talking and we're responding to each other and potentially getting defensive. So I just wanted to film this on my own here, put it on the record. This is where I'm at. I'm being totally transparent with you, so please be kind in the comments to me, and I'll leave it at that. So I hope you guys have a great day. If the weather's as gorgeous as it is here, get outside and enjoy it if you can, and we will see you in tomorrow's vlog. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Eloise. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Say bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.